Come on. Come on. I know you got it. You got it, little guy. Come on. Come on. Oh, man. Sometimes mixing the protein is the hardest part, but for real, guys, today we are going to be breaking down my current steroid side effects. We are officially 11 days out from the show, and as you guys know, we changed all the long esters to short esters. We added in letrozole, which absolutely tanks your estrogen, and although this prep has virtually been side effect free, today, I'm just gonna give you a little bit of insights on what it takes on these last few weeks to the show and what I'm currently experiencing. So sit back, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and get ready for another banger video. Let's go. Whoo! Yeah, buddy! Flavored water. 11 days out officially as of this morning. Just throw up a pic. I'm absolutely fucking shredded.
Fuck, I'm shredded, bro. You ain't cut.
I'm starting to feel the effects of being on the last few weeks of shows. We are gonna try to go over all the side effects while this cools down. We just got half an avocado, asparagus, fish, some broccoli, and some mushrooms. Just trying to get absolutely shredded. Again, we're on no carb until the carb up for the show. So I literally feel like I don't even lift weights right now. We coming in strong, and I'm hyped up to film this shoulder day and try to get a little bit of a pump of what we can do. Let's just start banging off. I know I hype up steroids a lot, and that is because like steroids has literally made me the person that I am, and I wouldn't trade starting this journey for anything. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you're gonna die young, you're gonna die young. Bro, I want to die young. Like, I have a death wish. Like, you guys don't get it. Like, if I didn't do this, I'd probably just end up killing myself because I just don't feel like I have any purpose to even be here. You guys don't understand how like mentally distraught some of us bodybuilders actually are. And that is why we push ourselves so hard in life, in the gym, and just to be the best version of ourselves, because we have nothing else. Like, you guys know I love balance. Like, I love partying, I love going out, and I probably make way too many reckless decisions. But that's because, like I said, my biggest fear is one day you're shutting your eyes and you're never opening them ever again. You have nothing to lose but to give it every single thing you have every single day and try to get as much out of this life as possible. And with that come side effects, and those side effects for me are worth it, and that's why I want to just be open about them, because they're not worth it for everyone. Because we changed all the esters from long esters to short esters to get ready for the show, and now being 11 days out, we're actually going to do our last injection at 7 days out. My skin has already started to break out. Now, you guys know I formulated Acne Attack skincare, and even I'm not that dumb of a person to be, oh, this cures cancer, and like, man.
The sides did cure cancer, that's the problem. They were there.
You can see when people just bullshit right through their teeth to try to sell you something. Acne Attack skincare is amazing for a perfect mixture of drying your skin out to prevent future breakouts, but keeping enough moisture in it to look healthy. It's great for reducing acne scarring and trying to level out blemishes, which I've done great. But if you put your body through hormone warfare, you will still break out. There's not enough panthetic acid in the world or enough Acne Attack skincare soap in the world that will offset fucky hormones. And that is just the name of the game when you're coming closer to the show, because you need to start taking things out, putting it in to give your body that specific stage look. And that is where it gets pretty unhealthy. Not to mention, I'm doing 45 minutes of cardio in the morning, 40 minutes of cardio post-workout, 30 minutes of cardio before meal 6. I'm constantly sweating all day, and then being on trend, I'm sweating all night. So my skin never has a break. My pores are always clogged up, and I'm honestly happy as hell on how well the Acne Attack skincare soap has kept my skin. But obviously I'm going to break out. That's just inevitable. Now to go into the sleep. My sleep schedule is fucked right now. With taking 40 micrograms of Clen, 20 milligrams of GW, and Tren, these things all fuck with your circadian rhythm, which is your sleep and wake cycle. Then add having no carbs on that, your body just is so exhausted all day that like moving hurts. So then I'm falling asleep during the day, then going to bed at like 11 or 12 at night, then waking up at 2, then waking up at 4, then waking up at 8, and then spending the entire day being exhausted again, just because my body just doesn't know what is going on, which obviously doesn't help the overall recovery, which aids in being so sore and so tired 24/7. But to add on to that, you add in this drug called letrozole. Now that basically crashes your estrogen. When you put them into perspective, you have Novadex, which is mostly a PCT. Then you have Aromacin, which is kind of like a moderate estrogen blocker. Then you have Arimidex, which is what most people use. And then you have letrozole, which just stops estrogen production, conversion, and tanks it. As you guys know, you need estrogen for everything. You need estrogen to be happy. You need estrogen to have muscle recovery. You need estrogen to want to have like sex. Now my dick, thank God, still works, but I have no interest whatsoever in girls.
Gay!
I used to like scroll through TikTok and be like, damn, that's a baddie. And now I literally have no emotion to them whatsoever. I don't want to go on dates. I don't want to have sex. And to be honest, I have not jacked off in 2 weeks just because I've just had zero energy. I'm so sore because of all the things that I've previously mentioned. I just can't physically do anything. And because I can't physically do anything and I'm falling asleep so much, business life, relationship life, friendship life is all non-existent. And that is kind of just the name of the game for the last 3 weeks of contest prep. These things that you do, really, you can't get away from it, because when you tank your estrogen or have almost no estrogen production, you bring that next level leanness of like dry, lean, crisp muscle to the stage. Especially when you start to dry out and then carb up, you just look like an absolute freak. Now this prep, I've actually kept a pretty good mindset. I used to get super aggravated, super irritated, and snap at people super fast. All right guys, the best way to lose water weight as a natural bodybuilder like myself is asparagus. 3 pieces. I asked for 5 pieces! What the fuck? All right, guys, breakfast time, which means we got some. Mom, I'm trying to shoot a freaking video! Leave me alone! Whew. So we got some strawberries. But when I competed 4 years ago or 5 years ago, something switched in my brain, and it realized that like I'm doing this for myself and to prove all you motherfucking haters wrong, but I'm mostly doing this like for myself. So why am I gonna make everyone around me miserable to be with me or hang out with me? So I've kind of just like cut everyone off, and if I do have to talk to someone, like I do try to be as positive and happy as possible, but that just takes even more out of me, and I end up just being even more exhausted. So I just wouldn't rather do that in the first place. It's so counterintuitive because I look better than I've ever looked in my entire life, but I can't use it because I really don't even, like I don't go outside. I just don't do anything.
Yeah, I don't fuck with nobody, like at all, nobody. So it's very simple. I stay at my house.
All of those side effects are reversible. Like I said, our last injection is in 3 days, and we are going to be coming off Tren, off GW, off Clen, off all orals, and just running a low dose of testosterone and EQ, and then do 1 milligram of Vermidex like every 3 or 4 days. And the minute your estrogen comes back, you feel like yourself again. And the minute you start incorporating a little bit more food into your diet, everything comes back faster than you can even realize. Now, the last side effect before this food is probably going to be ice cold is Gyno. Now, you guys know that I got Gyno because I did not know what the fuck I was doing. It was not estrogenic Gyno. I took 400 milligrams of Tren, 400 milligrams of Deca when I was trying to break the all-time world record for 198 in powerlifting. That raises progesterone and prolactin, and I did not know that there was such a thing at the time. I just thought, oh, Gyno, estrogen. I needed to take Caber or Prami, so I got Gyno surgery. As you can tell from the posing, from the past videos, I do have, or what looks to be like, Gyno. But this time around, it's not sensitive, it doesn't hurt, nothing is to it, and it is not in the chest like it was before. It's like right at the tip. So I messaged the surgeon and he said that is not Gyno. He said because you have not been this lean, that it is just scar tissue that hasn't broken up yet, that when you come back to Tampa, we should be able to laser or inject something that will break up that scar tissue and it will look like it's not even there. With that said, I don't know if he's just a salesman or he actually believes this, but only time will tell to see what happens to my nipples when we come off everything. But with that said, we literally come off everything, go to LA right after my show, April 6th to April 28th. So if you are in LA in zoo culture, make sure to message me because we'll be doing a massive meetup and we're going to lift some heavy ass weight, go get some food, we're going to party, we're going to just have a fucking blast. And then we are going right back into prep, possibly for the Toronto Pro Show, depending on how I feel and how my health markers come back. So with that said, guys, that is kind of it. Virtually up to this point, we've had almost no side effects this prep, which is absolutely phenomenal. I feel like I'm more than ready for this show. We're kind of just counting down the days now and getting the last final touches. Next week, I'm going to be doing a Q&A about anything you guys want to know, business, training, prep, drug cycles, random ass questions. So drop them in the comments or row over to my Instagram. Make sure to shoot me a follow because we just broke 30K. Up a story probably at the start of next week asking for even more questions. So we are going to eat, go off and train shoulders. Like I said, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you haven't liked the video, just take 2 seconds. And we are going through an educational shoulder day at 11 days out. Let's get it. So we are kicking things off with a voiceover. We haven't done one of these in a while, and make sure you stay tuned because we have some sick posing at the end of this. So instead of doing our normal thing that we usually go like pyramiding up each set, we actually just did a warm-up set and then we did 3 to 4 top sets at the same weight. So for today, we worked up to 2 plates on this incline shoulder press machine, which I like to sit backwards so I can keep my shoulder blades down. And as you can see here, I'm working the tops of my shoulders a lot more than my front delts. We are currently not training front delts at all because they're so overpowered from when I've been powerlifting for so long. So I'm really trying to get that oval top look. Man, we're looking absolutely dazed, and we're going into some light fly work here. And I kind of did a whole bunch of different variations. We are honestly just trying to deplete as much glycogen out of the muscles as possible now, get our weight down to light heavyweights. So I did like 5 reps with my left arm, 5 reps with my right arm, then 5 reps with my left arm, then 5 reps with my right arm. Sometimes I would hold the dumbbells up like that in between each set for like static holds and really just played around with it. I didn't have a set rep range. I just did as many as I could and looked at myself in the mirror and tried to get the most out of the shoulder pump. And as you can see by the veins here, given that we've been on no carb for 4 days, I mean, the fact that I could even get a pump that looked this good showed I was doing something right in the right rep ranges. We went into a rear delt here. This is one of my favorite compound rear delt exercises because on most rear delts, you have to go super, super light. But this, you can actually work your way up, and it does work a little bit of your back and a little bit of your traps. But when you look at the overall shoulders, it really adds a good base to the back, and it really gets you working and really gets you sweating. I love doing a compound rear delt. But right after, then we moved into an isolation rear delt. I only had like 5 pounds on this stack, and I think I did like 25 reps per arm, 6 sets. And even here, you can see there's veins in my rear delts, there's veins in my back. And a rear delt is not supposed to even have this much range of motion. I was honestly just pumping it as much as I possibly could because my mind muscle connection right now isn't the best. That's closer to an active range of motion for rear delts. And then we went into another isolation side. We did this one behind the back because like I said, when I've noticed that you do it in front, it works more of your front end side. But when you do it from the rear, it works more of your rear end side. And what we were focusing on today was just the rear and the side. The rear, the side, the rear, the side, and a little bit of the top to get that oval. And as you can see here, even though it's a little bit far away, it's looking like very round, very crisp, very dry. I'm not trying to really break down any muscle tissue. I'm really just trying to deplete glycogen and fill it up with blood with what nutrients I do have. Then we went into just kind of these upright rows, again, getting that oval look. My favorite pose is a front lat spread. And when you have oval shoulders like Regan Grimes or Chris Bumstead, that just looks phenomenal to me. So that's why we were doing so much like upper shoulder, you could say. And that was probably the heaviest I went all workout. We went into some posing here just because I need to get used to like holding these poses and not being out of breath. As you can see, the obliques are coming in, striations are coming in. Right there, you can kind of see like the tips of my nipple have the gyno, but as you can see, like it's not like deep in my chest. It's like right at the tip. Leg lines are in, hamstrings are in, glutes are in. It's really just time to almost drop a little bit of water. And to be honest, we are ready to compete right now. It's just perfecting it for the show. So I did a 45-minute cardio on incline walk post-workout. We're up to 2 hours, roughly 2 hours of cardio a day, mostly on an incline walk. Every single step, I just flex my glutes, flex my hamstrings. I keep my heart rate in like 125 to 140 and nothing too crazy. I just put on a movie and kind of relax. So that is a super easy shoulder day to follow at 10 days out. I'm so fucking excited to get this, and let's fucking do it.